Welcome back to Breslov campus. A little bit about the idea of lacks, having lackings in life and fulfilling what's lacking. To explain, the Arizal, in his book Etz Chaim on the Kabbalah, he explains in depth about the format of the creation of the universe. And he explains that initially Hashem created the vessels containing this universe that we know it to be, and then Hashem channeled in spiritual energy, light, to be contained within the vessels, these empty vessels, so to speak, to contain this light in order for there to be a creation. The light was so intense that there was what's called the shattering of the vessels, Shivrat HaKelim, and these vessels were shattered. And then there was a second chance that Hashem created the world again, and this time He created with a balanced measure of lights, of energy that can fit in properly to the vessels without making them shatter. And this is the creation that we know today. Okay? And afterwards again, there was another test, another shattering by Adam and Eve eating from the fruit of the tree. That also was a breaking. And in life, our job as a whole in the universe is to rectify this lacking, this blemish, both from the shattering of the vessels initially, and also from number two, what Adam and Eve did. Fine. So, Rebbe Nachman and the commentaries on Rebbe Nachman's teachings, they point out something very interesting and very important to focus on. That initially, you're starting off already in life and in creation on the wrong footing. That you're starting already with a lacking. There's something missing already initially, and Hashem purposely set it up this way. Why? Why, Hashem, did you have to now at first let there be, even in the first place, a shattering of the vessels? Just to make an okay creation, that everything was created, there was a vessel to contain this light, and it worked out. Why do we have to be told, and why did it have to be that there was initial creation which didn't work out, and there was a shattering? What does it help? So they explain in the Breslov teachings that specifically when there is a chisaron, a lack, the lack itself, and commensurate to how deep is the lack, then one creates a stronger vessel to contain within it the light received afterwards. In other words, the vessels and the darkness and the difficulties involved in these vessels, in these preparation stages, that's what leads the way to afterwards receive the light. And this applies to basically everything in life. When people feel a disadvantage, we grew up poor, I grew up with no attention, my parents were always fighting, and I couldn't learn that well, I was always the slow, I was the nerd in the class, I was the one always behind. These disadvantages, these lackings, they explain in the Breslov teachings like this, because this person has a higher potential than other people, which is why he or she is going through what they're going through, not because I'm a nobody, I'm no one's paying attention to me, I'm a loser, I've lost out. It's just the opposite, because your potential to have higher light exists. So they send you specifically a type of a challenge and a unfairness, if you want to call it, and a disadvantage at your beginning, also for the sake of that you should fight and strengthen yourself even more than the average person in order to be mitgaber, to work on building these vessels, so that afterwards when you do receive light in your life, the light comes big time and very strong. And this is an important rule in life to keep with you always, that you are special, and the more you go through whatever you're going through in life is because of your special qualities, even if we can say above other people. It's not that you're better, you're a different neshama. There's a higher demand of you in heaven because of your spiritual makeup, of who your nefesh is, your lower soul, who your ruach, your spirit is, who your neshama is, who your upper soul is. You're a different makeup than other people. It's not to be compared apples and oranges. You're different, he's different. But you have a different potential, a higher one, because of your makeup. So there's more of a demand, and the tests are more. We see throughout Jewish history, the biggest heroes, the biggest tzaddikim, if you want to say, the biggest success stories in the Torah world, in the world of holiness, were specifically people who had disadvantages, who were had difficult, hard times. They were brought up as orphans, or there was poverty, all types of things which pushed them to go forward and to shape them into who they actually became. This also exists in the secular world. We know about these things, that the people who started off in kindergarten as the losers and everything, and the nobodies, they end up becoming the richest people, most powerful people, popular. It's a theme which exists, but it does exist in the Kedusha. And the point to remember is that if you're going through what you're going through, is because you are extremely special and you have extreme potential, and all of the lack is just to strengthen, to prepare a stronger vessel within you to receive a higher dosage of light, the light number one, and the necessary light which is needed to fill you up. And if now a lot of light is needed, so a stronger vessel, which can only be built by more lackings, more obstacles, more chesronot, more things missing, in order for you to work with them, to build them, to be stronger, to receive the light coming in afterwards.